It's the Andy Griffith Show, Facts and Trivia, with your host, Bob Snap.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Andy Griffith Show, Facts and Trivia. Appreciate you being here. Before we get started, I want to let you know this is my fourth take. First take, the camera quit. Second take, the camera started up by itself and then quit. Third take, my computer froze. This isn't a good morning. Anyway, somebody sent me a message, I think it was yesterday, saying, you know what, it's Don Knotts' birthday a couple days ago, and you didn't do a video on him. You should. And I thank you for doing that. I was like, duh, I can't believe I didn't. But I really appreciate the message, and I can't remember your name. I get so many messages now. But I really do appreciate you guys, sending me messages and suggestions and stuff. I really love it. And so today's video is on things you may or may not know about Don Knotts. Let's look into it. He served in the Army comedy troupe during World War II. He served from 43 to 46, and he was part of a performance group called Stars and Gripes, which performed in the Pacific. He performed with a ventriloquist dummy named Danny Hooch Matador. At first, he only performed with a wooden dummy named Danny. As he recalled in his memoir, Barney Fife and Other Characters I've Known, Knotts received a compliment from elder comedian Red Ford, who said, "You're a funny little son of a bitch." The dummy was ditched. Sorry about the language. He tossed Danny Matador into the ocean. According to Knotts, he threw the dummy into South Pacific. It would be kind of neat to know how much that dummy would be worth today had he not done that. His first television role was a soap opera. The casting director certainly did not know how to best utilize Don Knotts' talent in Search for Tomorrow, as he played Wilbur, a man lying unconscious in bed. He recorded one stand-up comedy album, and it's no wonder that Andy Griffith's show was so darn funny and continues to tickle today. Andy Griffith broke onto the scene in '53 with his monologue, What It Was Football. His television co-star and great friend had the chops to be a stand-up comedian as well. On his only comedy album in '61's An Evening with Me, Don Knotts delivers his weatherman routine, which he also performed on The Steve Allen Show. He won 3 Emmy Awards in the first 5 seasons of The Andy Griffith Show. He nabbed Primetime Emmys in '61, '62, and '63, taking home trophies for both outstanding performance in a supporting role by an actor or actress in a series, an outstanding performance in a supporting role by an actor beating talents like Robert Redford, Tim Conway, George C. Scott, and Barbara Hale. He would go on to win 2 more for his work on the series in '66 and '67. The Ghost and Mr. Chicken was based on an Andy Griffith Show episode and featured much of the cast and crew. For his first movie after leaving the sitcom, Knotts brought along some co-workers and a concept. Knotts took the idea from the plot from the episode The Haunted House. Andy Griffith writers Jim Fritzell and Everett Greenbaum handled the script. Director Alan Rafkin had helmed 27 episodes of Andy. Several familiar faces from Mayberry popped up too. Hal Smith, who played Otis, and Dorothy Newman, Otis's wife, and Hope Summers, who played Clara, are just some. Even Andy Griffith was a ghostwriter on The Ghost and Mr. Chicken. Andy himself had a hidden hand on the development, Knotts recalled. Remembering what a good story constructionist Andy Griffith was, I called Andy and asked if he would consider helping us put this story together, and he said he'd be happy to. He hosted a short-lived variety show with Gary Burkhoff in 1970. The Don Knotts Show lasted a mere weeks in the 70-71 season. Despite the comedy show featuring a ton of talent, Gary Burkhoff, best known as Radar of MASH, was a featured player. Additionally, Florence Henderson, Chuck Connors, the Carpenters, Jill St. John, and most of the Bridge family appeared. His Three's Company character took Chrissy's lines when Suzanne Somers walked from the show. In '80, riding a wave of fame, Somers demanded more money, requesting a significant pay bump from $30,000 an episode to $150,000. The actress skipped tapings of the sitcom. The writers would produce alternate scripts that included Chrissy's printed in pink and that omitted her character printed in blue. In her absence, her lines went to Don Knotts, Mr. Furley, as in Justice for Jack. Dick Van Dyke was originally intended to play the TV repairman in Pleasantville. In early drafts, the script intended for Dick Van Dyke to fill the nostalgic role, running Rob's TV repair, which was named for his character, Rob Petrie, on the Dick Van Dyke Show. Knotts was unavailable to re-record his dialogue in Pleasantville, so an impersonator supplied his voice. In the business, the process of re-recording actors' dialogue in post-production is known as looping. Knotts was not able to tape his lines in post, so comedian Craig Shoemaker had to fill in, doing his best Don Knotts impersonation. A statue of Barney Fife was destroyed due to usage rights. 2006, after the passing of Knotts, Tom Hillenbrand commissioned a statue of Barney Fife to be erected in Mount Airy, the hometown of Andy Griffith. Work on the statue had halted after Paramount CBS, which owns the rights to the Andy Griffith Show, withdrew its approval, citing the rights to Knotts' likeness belonging to his estate. After 3 months of trying to find a new home for the statue, Hillenbrand had it destroyed. And there is now a new statue of Don Knotts in his hometown in West Virginia. No worries, though, as Knotts eventually got his much-deserved statue. The sculpture was unveiled on July the 22nd, 2016, in his hometown of Morganville. Sculptor Jamie Lester is the artist who crafted the piece. And wow, we made it through on the 4th try. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed looking it up and going through it myself. That's all I got for you. I hope you have a great weekend. God bless. Be praying for you.